All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the all right, so I'm just going to start off by saying, if you enjoy the daily insights that you find here on this channel, as well as across my other platforms, for absolutely no cost to you, please support the channel with a like. I do know the vast majority of viewers each and every day are returning subscribers. So you're finding some sort of value in the video, please show your support with a like. It really would mean a lot to me. It would put a smile on my face. And yeah, please make me happy. All right, let's get on with it. All right. So Apple, I'm going to start off the video right here. All right. We're just going to briefly talk about this. All right. We're coming up to 5% off all-time highs. All right. We are literally 5% down from all-time highs at the current level. All right. 4%. All right. So, you know, this is this whole rally is being led by like 10 stocks, I think. I keep seeing that number thrown around. All right. And I'm guessing Apple is at the top of that list because it's the largest, you know, it's the most expensive stock in the market going off of market cap, 2.7 trill. I don't know why Webull was showing me. I swear Webull is showing me like 2.8 trill or something like that. Let me look at that real quick. Webull is showing, no, it's 2.75. All right, I'm bugging. I don't know. Okay. But yeah, guys, you're rallying into resistance right now. You have the bearish divergence on this weekly CCI right here. You have your RSI, the weekly RSI rallying up into overbought territory, up at 70. All right, just about. All right, and then you have confluence over here on the daily time frame. You do have this triple bearish divergence going on. You're rallying right on up into resistance. I'm not saying you're not going to get a sick nasty squeeze. If we get a squeeze across the board here, all right, like what I've been, you know, I was calling, we're going to talk about in a little bit. All right, right after we finish with Apple, right? If you get that squeeze across the board, which it's starting. This is, I was trying to say, like, we had the setup for it. The trifecta, it's there. We're going to talk about that too in a little bit. All right. But yeah, guys, Apple is going to get squeezed, but like from an objective standpoint, yeah, this is the time. All right. This is, I'm just, not financial advice. This is the time for anyone, all right, to be opening up from here to here. You open up your puts with date on them. I'm talking 3 to 6 months out. All right. We're just going to go over this. All right. Last time you hit this level. Well, not last time. We're going to go over all the times you hit this level during this bear market. All right. Well, well, yeah, during this bear market. This was it. Okay. You had a 7% sell. Okay. You then hit it over here. You had a 14% sell. You hit it over here. 28% sell. You didn't hit it over here, but you still fell all the way down there. All right. There was that. All right. Now we're coming up right here. You have the bearish divergence on the RSI, the daily RSI that hasn't popped up once this bear market. I don't think it's going to be burned through. I'm still I'm sticking by it. I'm standing by it. All right. I don't think it's going to be burned through. It hasn't been burned through this whole time. Now we're 5% off Apple all-time highs. Why is it going to be burned now? I don't think it's going to be. Okay. And if it is, all right, I think you're going to come up and have your blow off top here at all-time highs. And yeah, I think you sink like a rock. Let's look at it this way, okay? If everything's being led across the indices, this violent, you know, what we're seeing here, all right? This move, everything's being led by like 10 names. Apple's at the forefront of that list. So guess what? When everything starts selling off, Apple's going to be the first one diving the hardest, because it's leading the indices, all right? There's currently squeezing out the shorts across the board, all right? So Apple's going to get the most out of that. It's up 5% right now, all right? But guess what? What happens when things start to reverse, all right? I was talking about the reverse gamma squeeze with the trifecta. Let's talk about that real quick. What is the trifecta setup that I was bringing to the table yesterday? I know it sounds stupid, but guess what? It's exactly what we're dealing with today, all right? When I say stupid things, just know, like, hey, I only say them for a reason. I don't want to sound like someone who eats freaking crayons. I'm not a Reddit warrior. I'm not a keyboard warrior. All right. I'm someone who's just, you know, coming on here and like, I don't eat crayons. All right. I'm like a logical being here. All right. But in this market, I guess you got to be a little unlogical as well. All right. I'm sure a lot of people, you know, saw that and I don't know. All right. Trifecta, guys. We had a long setup, so a long technical setup. We had plenty of fuel for a short squeeze. We had plenty of fuel for a reverse gamma squeeze. All right. So what happens during a gamma squeeze? Let's say you have 100,000 contracts with a $100 strike on any ticker. Okay. Let's say this ticker is BA. All right. BA. There you go. Look at that. Give some graph there. There we go. Oh, there we go. Beautiful BA. All right, so BA, $100, 100,000 contracts with a $100 strike, all right? Price goes from $99 to $100. The dealer has to then buy 100 times 100,000 contracts, all right, because they have to hedge for that position, all right? Now, it's not going to be exact every time, and sure, there are formulas that go with this, right? But regardless, they have to do the hedging. The hedging then brings prices up because call contracts, you know, they have to hedge for them. They go up, all right? But what happens when you have a bunch of contracts running out of the money? That is when you have the dealers de-hedging, all right? Now, what also happens when you have a massive catalyst that everyone was betting on, and then guess what? Those two catalysts, the Apple earnings and the FOMC, those two big catalysts. I was doing it. I wasn't betting on that catalyst specifically, but I was saying that's going to be a pivotal point. Guess what? It wasn't. All right. So, like, what's the logical thing now? Price naturally goes up. Hedges get unhedged. All right. Hedge, like the people. All right. Let's look at it this way. All right. The technical setup gives birth to both, like all these things throw gas on the other things, and they just feed this massive fire that we're seeing right here, right? So the long setup brings in technical traders. They start pushing the price up. All right. Now you have the people that were, you know, in the hedge for FOMC or Apple earnings. They're expecting things to tank, all right? Because, you know, we do have a big sell loading. You can come over here to DXY. I think this will be our tell here on the channel. This is what I'm going to be using. All right. DXY, you get a close over this trend line right here. I think that's when we're finally going to start this decline on the indices. We're going to start the big sell. All right. Or at least that's confirmation, in my opinion. Not my opinion. That's confirmation to me that the big sell is starting. That's what I'll be watching. Now, you guys know exactly what I'm watching for. No excuses. There you go. All right. SPY, though. Oh, no. Trifecta, though. Okay. Trifecta. All right. Guess what? All right. What happens when price starts going up and now you have no reason to hold it? You don't have that hopium. All right. You don't have the reason to hold it. There's no reason for it to tank. All right. So what are you going to do? You're going to sell that hedge. Okay. Because you're not going to take that risk. And like, you know, so yeah, all of those feed into each other. The long setup gives birth to price going up, squeezes, you know, causes people to close out those hedges, closing out the hedges that causes more shorts to cover. That brings prices up. Look at that, guys. This is like, you take profit in the logical spots, guys. And this is one of those grade A logical spots here on SPX, ES, NQ. SPY, QQQ, all of these came right up into the logical spots. This is where you take your freaking profits. All right. That is it. All right. That is it. If you wrote it from like we did from down here to all the way up there. All right. On QQ and SPY, and you up, you know, 50 to 100% of your contract, get the frack out. All right. This opportunity, at least in my Discord, will be there on a continuous basis. It's there on a daily basis. It's been there. All right. So there is that. All right, which I'm actually going to say right now. All right. I do want to get short here. I'm not going to say you have 3 out of 4 boxes here, but you do not have that 4th one. So I can't pull a trigger. I just can't do it. All right. But look at BA over here. All right. So, you know, that's all that. That's the gamma squeeze, is when, you know, dealers cause, you know, prices to go in one direction or the other because they have to hedge for all the contracts running in the money. But yeah, reverse gamma squeeze, because people are going to be unhedging. They're going to, you know, let go of those. And that's why I say all 3 of those feed into each other, because you have, like, even if one of those things starts happening, the shorts start covering, then it starts making the people who are in options start panicking. Okay. And then, like, you know, now you have that technical move upwards. You're getting that impulsive move. So now technical traders hop on, and now you get the breakout of this thing. I'm just saying, guys, we had the trifecta. It's here. All right. It was staring at us in the face. All right. All right. Coming down over here. No, let's start off. What did we even freaking go over this video? I don't even know, dude. We went over the trifecta. We went over. All right, let's just run through things really quick here. All right, real quick. I don't know, okay? I have no idea. I got to start making a freaking checklist for going over videos so I don't get off topic, all right? Because I do this too often for my liking. Not your liking, my liking, way too often. All right, there's that. I notice it too, guys. I do. All right, starting with the daily time frames, guys. ES has its stochastic and CCI in oversold territory, hinging up. All right, last time we saw this happen, you had a sick nasty move right here, and let's just look at percent move. Was a there was a 3% move to the upside over here on SPY. It should be the exact same. All right, just about 3% move to the upside. On QQQ, however, you had a bigger move to the upside, so there was that, a 4% move to the upside. All right. But yeah, that is taking place on SPX, ES, and SPY, all on their daily oscillators over here. All right, and you also can see we have broken out of these falling wedges on all of them. All right, so now we'll move over the 4-hour time frame right here. All right, we busted out of them. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, I'll actually show you right here. We came back and back tested that bitch. All right, there you go. Pardon my French. All right, there you go. I'm a human. I get excited too. When technicals do things, I get excited. I was excited yesterday. I was excited the day before because of FOMC. I'm excited today. I'm a human. That's just how things happen. Look at this picture perfect rejection. I love when technicals end up coming together. All right, which like typically they always end up coming together, but I still love to see it each and every time. That's just how it works. All right. But yeah, all right. So we went over that on the 4-hour time frame. You do have, you have a clear as day breakout from all of these, not SPX, all right? So let's get that frack out there. QQQ, you have SPY, you have ES, you have NQ, and IWM actually just got rejected at the upper bound of this falling wedge. And I guess you can technically make it like that, all right? So technically you did break out, but we're not going to say you did, all right? We're gonna bring it back over here. We're going to be conservative with this IWM drawing right here. All right, and we're going to see what happens, right? This is on the 4-hour time frame that I drew this wedge. But my point is, guys, you have bullish price action proving itself on all of these names, all right? Now, on top of that, you did have the, I think it's over here on ES. You had a slight, you had a bullish divergence over here on the hourly and the, the hourly CCI and the RSI. So that was also a tell right there. Those on the 4-hour time frame. All right. And what I want to point out now is on SPY, you do have that going down right here. And that's what I was saying. I want to take the short out here. I was looking for the pullback. I really was. This is like, logically speaking, guys, you should be taking the profits when, things come up to obvious profit taking spots. Like, guys, look at this move. All right. If you were in it, like the edge popped up down here. If you're in here, get out of there. Even if you're in here, get out of there. Take your profits at the logical points, all right? When like the opposing side is going to step in, all right, and it's like logical for them to do so, it's like natural. Yeah, why would you not be taking the profits, all right? You're fighting, all right? You are fighting the natural price action. You are fighting it, all right? So trade in the zone, stay in the flow, do what you got to do, all right? Do what you freaking got to do to stay in the zone, all right? So there was that, all right? But yeah, guys, all right, over here on the 4-hour time frame, you do have these hinging down right off of resistance on QQ, on SPX, on SPY, ES, NQ. SPX isn't hinging down. It's actually hinging up. I do think this move is just getting warmed up, but I do think, this is suggesting we're going to get that pullback. All right, that's why profits on calls should have been seized, okay? Like, that's what I'm saying, all right? There's no reason to, not be taking them profits. It's really not, all right? But yeah, you do have that happening right over there on your stochastic, suggesting, things are about to start turning. All right. And then what do we have? We pair that with what is over here on the hourly time frame over here. All right. And you do have the CCI. The last time you really hit over here, all right, or at least close to it, was right here. And this was where you started forming a top. And then you fell about $2 to $3 from that top. All right. So $3 right there. All right. So if we were to do something similar on QQQ, all right, fall like $2 or $3 right here. Yeah, we're going to come and back test this zone right here. All right. Now, why is this zone important to me? This red box right here. All right. This is your reaction zone. All right. This is where the battle is. All right. When you get over here, you get these, little squeezes very quick. All right. There you go. 320 to 321. There you go. All right. Up here, look, you get the little squeeze right there. Right. But this is the battle. All right. This is where it's being done. All right. So if we retest that, that is going to be like people refer to the point of control. I don't actually know what the point of control is. I don't know how that's, established, right? But I would, this is my point of control, guys. This is it right here. Okay. If we come back down here and back test, literally like what we did over here. Okay. If you do that, I think you're going to probably have that in store. And I think you probably have higher prices incoming. All right. Let's get rid of all these arrows. There we go. Let me clean up the chart there. All right. And yeah, let me actually show you what is going on in the 15-minute time frame right here, and we will close things out with this because we already went over Apple. We started things off with Apple, and that's how I know, guys, the big sell is right around the corner. I'm not saying that it's going to start this week, okay? Well, obviously not this week, next week. I'm not saying it's going to start next week, but I do know it is right around the corner, okay? And now there's no catalyst, so why aren't they going to squeeze the options market, squeeze the shorts, you know, give birth to this technical long setup that I was pointing out yesterday. All right, there's that. Why are they not going to do these things and, you know, do like what is in the dealer's best interest? I'm just saying the dealers don't want to pay out puts. They don't want to pay out what I think I showed you in this video. If I didn't show you, no, I didn't show you in this video. Let's just look at it briefly over here and we will close things out with this. All right, come over here to SPY. All right, options. Okay, guys, look at 50 right here. All right, this is the May 19th strike. All right, monthly OPEX, 400. This is what I was saying in my Webull update last night. 400 to 401.60 is where if we started declining, that is where I would look for buyers to step in and start the sick, nasty short squeeze I speak of. All right, look at this. You have, and we can actually, that was freaking loud. I'm sorry if you heard that. I'm very sorry if you heard that. Oh, well. All right, over here at 380, you have 79,000 open interest over here. 390, 138,000. 400, 150,000. 410, 43,000. So, like, I'm just saying, it's not in the dealer's best interest to start bringing it down. It's in the dealer's best interest to give you a jaw-dropping move to the upside that shakes the living crap out of all these puts, okay? Let's actually come over here to the next monthly OPEX. June. All right, you come over to June's monthly OPEX. What do we have over here? Let's start with the 380. All right, 380. You have 110,000. 370, 101,000. All right, freaking 90,000. Jesus, 70,000 here. All right, like 98,000. Guys, there's 100,000 every $10 strike here. This is ridiculous. 110,000. All right, freaking 123,000, 124,000. 81,000, 135. Do you notice how their calls don't have this? They're not here. You see how there's not massive open interest on the call side? All right, so like clear as day, you know, it's still on the put side. Also, I have seen plenty of charts showing me that, you know, institutions are like record short. So it makes sense to me. All right. Why, like, yeah, dealers, it's not in their best interest to send this thing down. All right. Yes, they could send this thing down, but guess what? It's just going to be for, in my, like, listen, in my opinion, if things were to go, you know, in the way of the trend right now with what's going on, I think we're going to come down and we're going to come and find buyers stepping in for a higher low, probably right here at that red box. All right. If not, it's going to be over here. All right. I don't know. All right, or it could be on SPY. It could be, we could come and revisit 407.77. We never actually came down and filled that gap. What if we come down and fill both these gaps? All right, there would be that. All right, because now we do have these two gaps. Let me actually show you on the daily time frame what I'm talking about there. We just never filled this. We gapped above this. So another dealer's trick is left open. There's that. All right. Yeah, guys, I'm going to leave you guys off with that. All right. I am looking for a pullback from here, but just know this is the squeeze. It's on. Okay. And like, if we're really talking about it, all right. Yeah, this thing is like, it likely is just getting warmed up. All right. In reality, all right. I mean, you could draw your trend line there, or you could do it like how I had it, which was you're going from there to there to there. All right. I think I was just going from literally there to there. All right. No, how did I have this thing? Right there. Right there. All right. I had it going on right there. All right. And then we are coming right here. All right. Right there. All right. And that is your bullish falling wedge over there on SPY. You have QQQs. All right. But again, this is like logically the spot for sellers to step in. All right. So if you do start seeing that move down, all right, I do think it would end up getting bought up. Let's take a look at the VIX. All right. Because, you know, people think TA doesn't apply to the VIX. VIX is actually down 13% today. All right. I do think that gives a, I think that is a, whatever it's called, that is a buy signal on the S&P 500 over the next 2 trading sessions. All right. Just know, guys, none of this is fact, right? Some things I might even get wrong. All right. Like my VIX signals, I'm pretty sure my VIX signals are right. Okay. If you see VIX and the SPX close red together, that means you have an 85% probability that you have a green day over on SPX over the next 2 trading sessions. All right, if you see SPX and VIX close red alongside each other, green alongside each other, that means you have a 85% probability that you have a down day on the SPX over the next 2 trading sessions. If you have VIX have a 10% move or more in either direction, that gives you a green day on the S&P 500 over the next 2 trading sessions. 85% chance that happens, 15% chance it doesn't happen. All right. So yeah, just letting you know. I don't know if those are accurate. All right, I've heard them from 3 different spots. But yeah, I do think those are accurate, and we are getting that today. All right, so there's that. But yeah, VIX got rejected here in yesterday's video. I told you guys we were up here. We weren't down here in yesterday's video. I was saying like, hey, either we're gonna get this bear trap, which was very clearly now like we're not setting up for that big bear trap. All right, we were gonna get that big bear trap like over here. All right, because the RSI was in the same spot. We're gonna tick on up. We're gonna have a few more trading sessions where panic mode is on. All right, and then you're gonna have a sick nasty squeeze. All right, in all likelihood. All right, but that was not the case. I said that was going to happen, and that would happen if we got the daily close over 2020. That's what I was saying. Or we're going to get sucked down. We're going to have the close underneath 2020 back into this range. And as of now, like, hey, it looks like you're getting a full-on VIX crush here, volatility crush, and you're back under your range. You're not in this range anymore. You got completely rejected. All right, but guess what? VIX is trying to break out, guys. I'm serious. It's the same sign as I was saying over here. It's getting warmed up, okay? It's only a matter of time until this thing does. I'm serious. It's going to shock people, all right? And I think it's probably going to come after this move to the upside here that we're starting here, all right? And I'll keep you guys updated on that one, all right? But coming over to the 4-hour time from over here, you do have that, down here. Same one as I was just showing you over here. You have these getting ready to cross down over there, all right? Right at resistance. VIX is getting ready to cross up. It would make sense. You're right at support over here on VIX. All right, but you coming down to the hourly time frame, you can actually see you have a 1612 gap left open. Gaps fill on VIX 100% of the time. It's not an if, it's just when. All right, same with, that gap there, that gap there, that gap there. All right, and they don't have to fill immediately, but again, it's an if, it's not a when. All right, I do think now that we have this trend going on across the board, I think, we probably end up seeing 1612 get filled over the following trading sessions. All right, so that is what I'll be watching for there. All right, and I will be watching for you do have your 15-minute bullish divergence popping up on the RSI here, as well as the CCI. So yeah, I think VIX is probably going to start popping up here and, doing a thing. All right, and we're going to start seeing that pullback that I was just speaking about over here. All right, it doesn't have to happen, but that is what I think, is likely from here, given the conditions that I just went over. All right, guys, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.